This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we are talking with Joe Hancock and Melissa Hough.
Yes, we.
Good morning and welcome to the Queen Lizzie 137 episode. Wow. Of the Queen Lizzie podcast. I am just so honored to have you all as my guests today.
Thank you very much. We're honored to be here.
You have a lot. That's a lot of episodes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's a lot of content to put together.
It is. And I don't know how well we put the content together, but we just come in and we do a conversation. Okay. And we talk about everything, whether it's right or appropriate or inappropriate, we discuss it.
All right.
Like that. We like that.
Yeah. So Joe is a movie.
We do video production.
And he is my guest today with his assistant.
Yes. Nope, partner.
Yeah.
She handles all the photography.
Yeah.
I handle all the video side.
Perfect. We couldn't have asked for a better team.
Yes.
And we are looking forward. And y'all know what? I just asked him some personal questions about what he can do for my upcoming program, and he is ready. They are ready to help me because I'm not new at doing videos. I am new at working directly, with experts who know how, when, and where to help me get from point A to point B. And we want to make this or these videos a lifetime challenge or education for our kids, the next generation. And I have been working with Rosewood for the history for 42 years. And let me tell you something that you don't know about my family history, our connection to Rosewood. My aunt, my mom's oldest sister, was a school teacher there for 7 years, and she was a dedicated teacher. However, in 1923, a tragedy occurred, which is known as the Rosewood Massacre, and the town was burned down. She survived. Told my mother her story. My mom told her story to me and said, you must research, authenticate, document, keep this history preserved and alive.
Absolutely.
And don't attack anyone about what happened in Rosewood. Okay? Because the people living today are not responsible. And she said, keep this story moving forward. And if you're going to tell the story, Mom needs to write you a song. So my mother dictated a 13-verse song for me, but the most important verses I'm going to share with you all now, because this meant a lot to her, because in the movie, it portrayed the sheriff, the Levy County sheriff, white sheriff of Levy County, as being prejudiced, as a bigot. It really did. Had it not been for him, my aunt and the other blacks would not have survived, because Rosewood is adjacent to Cedar Key. Cedar Key is surrounded by the Gulf of Mexico. It's a peninsula. One way in, one way out.
Mm-hmm.
So had the sheriff, the store owner, and the train conductors assisted the Rosewood survivors, we would not be telling this story. So my mama said, you tell it right or not at all. So, that's right. That's what she believed in, the truth. And the story is painful, but it's rewarding too.
Correct.
Right. And I feel like it's going to be can't think of a word, but helpful to some people. But I just want to share her favorite 3 verses that she told me to always share. The Cedar Key train conductors were told to pick up in Rosewood. Standing by the tracks with a lantern, his young school teacher stood, waiting in desperation to carry out the sheriff's plans, rounding up the hidden survivors to board the midnight train. The sheriff and the store owner worked around the clock, oh Lord, informed the train conductors just when and where to stop. Pick up the men, women, and children who were hiding out and bring them to Archiford, traveling the same old route. Bob Walker and John Wright took on a daring risk. Put the survivors on the train, Lord, and sent them off with a kiss. Notified the Gainesville families to be on the lookout for their kin. Told them the train was a coming and told them exactly when. And that's where it stops. There.
Love it.
But it's 13 verses. The song tells the entire story of what
Amazing.
actually happened.
Has it been recorded?
No. Yes, but not professionally like I want it.
We should have a few people we know we could put that together.
Really?
Get someone. That should be recorded.
Well, like I said, it is, but it's not professional.
Well,
Then
we could talk about that offline, but that we can get that
online.
But we can get
you accountable.
But we can. Well, we can. I know some. I know audio recording people, and so we can, if we get someone that's capable of singing it, and you sing it really well, actually.
I don't want anybody else to sing it. Okay.
So you sing it, and then it can get recorded properly, and then we can use that. Like I've discussed with some people about even producing a documentary on Rosewood.
Okay.
And that could be a video, audio that can be used in the documentary.
Okay.
As part of the whole storyline and everything. But that should be recorded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should
And
be
your
recorded.
beautiful voice.
Oh, my mother told me, "Oh, you can't sing, but you're going to sing this song." And I don't. She had a lovely voice. But thank you. If you tell me I can sing, I believe it.
There we go.
And it needs to be, because it's the way that could be, that whole story, because it's been years, but I've seen stuff on it, and I like the fact that you are inspired in wanting to bring the story forward, but an accurate representation of it.
Right. Yes.
Because history gets skewed quite often.
Yes, and
then it causes division and causes anger. And I'm a big historian, and I believe in bringing the full story forward. And that's something that I like, the fact that that's what you're interested in. It's because then people understand a clear picture of how things work, who's good, who's bad in reality, not for Hollywood.
Exactly.
And so that way we all move forward together as a community, because that's what we are. We are a community.
We are.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of us, or at least a lot we see on the national news and national picture, is trying to divide us all the time. When in reality, we are all together here. And if we all unify and have a unified message, we all grow together instead of siloing out in our little areas.
Exactly. I like that, and because you say you like what we are doing, we are together. This is the reason I'm sitting here at Steve Spurrier's table, because they would not be supporting me if I was not telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. They like history. They respect history.
Yes.
That's why I'm here, and you all are saying the same thing that I have been doing for 42 years. Tell it like it should be told. And there are people out there that's making it difficult for me, but I do let them know you are out of your lane. If you don't know about the victims, don't relocate them from Rosewood and tell people they are buried in Sumner, which is an all-white cemetery. That is not true, and that really upsets me. Let them stay where they lay. And like Sarah was killed inside the house. No one is going inside the house and pick up a dead woman, put her on a wagon, take her 3 miles to an all-white cemetery and bury her in that cemetery. And they live. I don't like that.
Yeah.
This document, video, whatever we do, will correct that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of interviewing, a lot of talking, going through, really digging into it, looking at the whole story, and then telling it accurately.
Exactly.
And effectively and clearly.
Yes.
And to the point where the viewer stays tuned in because they're interested in what they're hearing and how it's being told and the story. So I think it's a lot of times they'll try to, when making different videos, they'll try to, well, let's amp this up a little bit to get people. But if you tell a story accurately and you tell a story the way it's supposed to be told, people will engage with it. People will pay attention because stories are how we get people engaged and everything. And so you don't have to make it flamboyant and embellish, especially history. History gives us all kinds of stories. I mean, we have tons of stories, and in history, and history is a great way, one of the greatest storytellers,
It is. It tells its own story.
Yeah.
When you keep it on target, keep it correct, it tells its own story. And we want our kids involved, and they will listen. I have nieces and nephews like 80 plus, close to 100. But they're not interested in Rosewood. And when I ask them, will you be after me? Are you going to take the family history on? No, Auntie. We like what you're doing, but it's too painful. They let me know it's painful. We don't know how you do it. We appreciate it, but we can't do it. So I do have other people that are looking in to take over because they've already asked, Liz, after you, who will there be? God is going to put somebody there.
The right person will come forward.
The right person.
And I get it's hurtful when you look back at history, especially something like this. It is a hurtful thing because you can empathize and you can feel it. And but telling it the way it was and accurate, it helps paint a picture of how far the country's come and how far things have grown and what we've learned and how we continue to move forward, period. And that's the thing that can be there. I mean, I like I said, I love history. I have a lot of history on my own family where I've got journals from way back in the 1700s and 1800s. You literally see, I love to read journals from the past because you will know exactly what really is going on when you read someone's journal from the past. Exactly. I mean, it is amazing to see what a history book or what you've been taught would say, but then when you read a journal, you see more of a reality.
Exactly. Because history we are.
Yeah.
Without history, I tell people we're nothing. And I have reached out to the Jewish at the Jewish Holocaust at FIU. I was there this weekend in Miami. Yesterday we were there. And people have said to me, Liz, when these babies born, you have a Jewish baby and a black baby, they don't know the difference. They don't know they are Jewish or different. It's the adults that have put the hate teaching in their hearts. I had a wonderful time yesterday. We're going back on the 25th of January, and I'm going to be one of the speakers. And they have invited everybody. Yesterday was big, but I understand on the 25th it's going to be bigger. And I just want to read to my audience what we're going to be doing on the 25th. It says on January 25th at 6 p.m. in Miami, we will be kicking off Holocaust Genocide Awareness Week with the Jewish Museum of Florida, FIU. The paintings on display will honor the victims, survivors, and families of both the Rosewood Massacre and the Holocaust, intersecting these historical events, creating dialogue around the hate that incited both tragedies. It was hate that caused these tragedies.
Exactly. Definitely.
And if we don't come together, work together to, I know we'll never be able to erase it, but to improve relationship.
Right.
It's us. It's the adults. I feel we're responsible for some of the hate, much of it. But something I was going to piggyback on that you were saying, I don't remember what it was. But when I read this, I forgot.
But hate's taught.
Yeah.
It's like you said, when babies are born, they don't know any different. Kids all play together. They don't know any different until they're told different. And so that's the thing, by telling stories accurately,
Yes.
we can, and understanding the context of the time period and learning how far we've come and moving forward helps us as a society move forward. So, presentism is a thing that can hurt people when you were looking at the past, because we judge everything on today's standards. When we look back there, how could they be that way? Well, we also have to understand the time period and understand where people's viewpoint was and what the report. So we have to get an understanding of that.
Right.
And say, we learn from that. We go, okay, they were thinking this way because of this. I'm not necessarily going to judge these people, but I'm also not going to repeat it either.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I can't hold them. For example, 150 years from now, let's say people look back at us and they go, and everyone's vegetarian now, everyone's vegan now,
Yes.
in 150 years from now. And they look back at us and go, how could they murder all these animals? And these are evil people, and judge us as evil people.
Exactly.
But in our right now, we're like, we're fine. I'll eat a burger all day long, but, and there's nothing wrong to that to us. And so we gotta, that not really a good judgment on the way hate is, but just showing an example of looking back at people. We have to understand the time frame,
yes,
and learn from the mistakes these people were making.
For sure.
I see where they were coming from and what their viewpoint was and how flawed it was. And now I understand where we can move that forward and grow as a community. And that's the beauty of history, that we can learn so much from.
Yeah, it is. And that's where we are headed, good, moving forward in that direction, in harmony, unity.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think there's so much money made in dividing people.
Yes.
That,
it's about time for our first half. We are going to head to a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, two things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured.
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
And our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida and America's Black History. And you are too. January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Joe Hancock and Melissa Hough. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by the Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are back, and I want you all to know that I am very appreciative of the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room for allowing us to do my podcast here for the last 137 episodes, okay? And along with Steve Spurrier, Meldon Law, everybody knows Meldon Law, the best lawyer in town, who's been working with the University of Florida since 1970, and he always does an athlete of the week. And plus, he has a heart of gold. He just gave out rings. I got my ring. I forgot to bring it to show it all. But anyway, I got my Bing ring from Meldon Law Firm, and I think he gave everyone a ring who attended that basketball game, which was a sellout. And I had not planned to attend. I was at home and Archie in bed, and Meldon called me and said, Lizzie, you got to come. And I thought about, I've done a commercial for him, and I thought about the part that I said that make a difference. We don't back down. So I got up and I drove over and I received my ring in person. So thank you, Jeffrey, and for all of the support that you, not only me, you support everybody, okay? And you are a great, great supporter, sponsor. And Freddie Weeby is the young man responsible for the Queen Lizzie podcast at this podcast room, in this podcast room, because I was going to do my own podcast and I shared it with Freddie. And Freddie knew that I was a Rosewood descendant, but what he told me after I became, what am I? Storyteller, I guess. After I started working, he let me know that he is from Ghana. He was living in Ghana when he saw the Rosewood movie for the first time in 5th grade. He never thought he would have met a Rosewood descendant. So this is his story, and he is always hyper, always willing to help, and always recommending great people for me to interview, because I knew nothing about John Hancock. He said, you got to meet him. He will be a good person to help us with videos and maybe a documentary. So today, here is Joe. And don't forget, every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, there's a brunch, best food in town, here, from 11 till 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Highly recommend.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Same here.
It is the best brunch in town. It really is. And not just selling it. It is.
It is?
It is. It's good. Come early. Come early.
Yeah.
Right. I never make an appointment. I just walk in.
Yeah.
But make an appointment. But if you don't, you will not be turned away.
No, they'll get you.
And you will enjoy the people, too. The atmosphere is so pleasant. Everybody's just happy. That's another reason why I like coming here. We're just happy, a bunch of happy people. Okay, so if you're having a bad day, you need to come to breakfast. Okay, get a cup of coffee. But anyway, we are going to talk more about what we plan to do, what I plan to do, what the foundation is going to do with this great team. Okay, what's the name of you? Moxie?
Moxie Media, Magnolia Lane Studios.
Moxie Media and...
Magnolia Lane Studios.
Magnolia Lane Studios. Okay, you're on. Who wants to start?
She has lots to say.
Okay, I have nothing to say. I'm a better picture taker than I am talker, so we'll let Joe take it.
Yeah, I always let her. Someone wants a good photo. I'm like,
okay.
And so she. That's why we got together, because I do a lot of video and people are always asking me, hey, can you do photos? I'm like, I can do photos. I mean, I like doing photos as long as it's landscape or real estate or something like that, if it doesn't have a face in it. But she is really good at capturing the moment, capturing people, capturing events. And so it was just a natural thing. We live in the same area. We know each other really well. And we just talked about it and we said, let's just partner up so we can actually capture all that business, because I would just refer her, or, and it was just easier for us to just kind of work out of the same studio, have the same area. And the thing that we do now, so if we have an engagement session, so someone wants to get engagement photos, that happens, And so instead of just photos, I'm videoing the engagement session. So she's taking the photos. So not only does the people get the photos, they'll also get the action behind the scenes during it. So they have it's like a full package promo that we're building. So we're combining our tools to be able to do a lot of behind the scenes photography during the event. So because people like to see how it all came together as well. So we do that in all of our shoots to try to make ourselves unique, and we work really good together. And usually some people will call us last minute, hey, we got to get this done. I can call her and she's like, all right, let's go, let's make it work. She's a make it work kind of person, so that's why it worked good with us, because I'm a make it work kind of guy. And so that's how we do it. Because sometimes you show up at shoots and you find the situation isn't what they told you, so you get there and you have to adjust and go, okay, we're going to need to do this, we're going to have to and that's what we do. We just kind of make it work and make it happen, and deliver a quality product at a reasonable price. That's the other part we're trying to do, is build packages that people can afford and still be able to bring it forward. And then working on bigger projects like a documentary. I'm working on a documentary on Noonensville, which is a town, used to be actually the largest city in Florida, right up there by Alachua.
Alachua, right.
So I'm doing a documentary now on it, working on a lot of information behind the scenes and kind of making that. So I love doing those. Those are my fun projects that I like to do, passion projects. So Rosewood would be another one of those. Because I grew up in Gainesville, and you grew up in Alachua.
Yes.
And so,
yeah,
so we're all local. So we've heard the Rosewood story growing up. And so, so it's just something that I think it'll be fun to really put that together. And as we're raising funds, we were talking about a telethon.
Yes.
That's how.
So you all get ready.
Yeah.
Help us.
Remember the Jerry Lewis telethon? We're gonna do something similar to that.
Exactly. We have a museum to build, and we have scholarships. We give 5 scholarships a year to high school students. So we got scholarships to give. Exactly. Yes. We keep that history alive, and I have just walked into a gold mine.
Well, I think it's the good thing is having that foundation behind it and a meaning behind the giving,
exactly,
which is a good thing.
Exactly,
it brings positivity forward. It also brings the memory of the people that were lost forward, but not lost to history.
Right.
And so that their memory carries on. And the story carries on, and we learn from it. We learn.
Exactly. And we're working on a strategic plan because people want to know if they're going to donate,
where's it going?
Where is it going?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So this week we met in Miami after the Art Basel, and we are putting together a dynamic strategic plan so that no one will have questions.
No, that's really good because, and today there's so many charities and so many opportunities to give money. You kind of have to go, well, where do I want to put it? What's it doing? What's the mission? What's the story? So it does if it's got clarity, it helps with people deciding where they want to put their money.
Exactly.
I only have $4 to give, so I got to figure out where it's going.
Exactly.
It's money.
And that's what we're aiming at.
Yeah.
Small dollars, it doesn't matter. $5 a month. Hey, we'll take it. But we have to show, like you just said, where it's going.
I love a telethon because I remember those.
I do.
So Jerry Lewis ones, that just brings back great memories. Those telethons, and of course, I always like the PBS ones.
Yeah,
they get me with the selling me the $100 CD set.
Did you think we need to do entertainment on the telethon? A song or two?
We could write something. We get something on there. We could get some people together that maybe we'll just drag them in here and make them do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ilio, we're going to get you.
You've got some influence. Bringing full of history.
Yeah, we'll get some people.
Oh.
But I think it'll be a lot of fun to do that and have us, kind of like how they do the Great Give, where they all day long they're bringing people in. It's kind of a similar model. They can kind of create. We're all brainstorming literally right now online.
Right, and back to you, Zach. Okay, I know what you meant when you said, "Oh, the first is on a Thursday." It just registered. Okay, right, but we can do it on the Monday after.
We're good.
Okay. The Monday after the 1st, okay? It's still in that area. I think that's on On the third. Okay. Still in there, and y'all, if y'all can come back on that day.
Yeah, we just look at the calendar. Should be able to. I'm in town. I'm just producing videos for the Alachua Chamber right now, so I'm in the big project of that right now.
Okay, Gib.
Oh yeah, I know
Everyone.
Mayor Gibb. Our retired Mayor Gibb. We have our new mayor now, but
he's still there.
Yes,
he's still there.
Yes, he is.
I think he even has a card with retired mayor on it. I think.
I would not put it past him.
It should say tired
mayor. Gibb's not tired. Gibb's still going. He's still going. He shows up at all the events.
Yep.
So it's kind of how we operate in Alachua.
Okay.
Alachua is kind of building our own community. Is like he's really got a lot of pride of saying I'm an Alachuayan. As sometimes we go to events a lot of times, and you'll hear all of us from Alachua, or Michelle and the others going Michelle Alachua. So
years from
they're getting known. Alachua's getting known. It's been growing fast and a lot going on there. We're trying to make it a beautiful, dynamic community.
For sure.
Christmas parade's this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Our Christmas parade's this week.
Okay, this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try. I'll be here.
We can get you in the parade.
What time it starts?
11.
See, I think I have a funeral today, and my real close friend. Who I got to see. But anyway, the next Monday is the 5th, and I will put you all down. I don't think I have anybody there. And we can come back and do our telephone. Not next week.
Not next week.
We know what you're saying.
January.
We're there with you.
That's okay. I'm glad you got me.
We're following up.
Okay. We have 42 seconds left, and I'm going to allow you all to do the closing remarks.
All right. Well, in closing, you got a whole spiel.
I do not have a spiel, but I'll just say, being in media, we are storytellers. We just do it visually. So that's our goal, is to kind of document and share, because everything's moving to a more digital era. So that's where we come in and capture photos and video and get all those things that isn't in a book, at least online and accessible and on the phones and easily shared and passed on. So that's
what we're doing is in essence documenting history every single day, because the new history is, or everything we shoot is the history of what just happened. So we tell history stories every single day.
Every single day. And I have been honored with you all both being on my show. Very enlightening.
It's been great being here. Yeah. I've loved it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes. And people always ask me, Liz, what are you going to talk about? And I can vouch. I don't know. And I really don't know what we're going to talk about, but it always works out.
Yes.
That is how it goes. You're always so calm one way or another.
Okay. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time. Goodbye. Bye. Thank you.